In this video, I'm going to show you how to bone a chicken. First, I need to wash my hands. I've never had any problems with my bone chickens, but I would recommend you cook and eat the bird on the day of preparation. So here we have the bird. Now I would recommend you buy a decent bird. Don't get one of those ready-pack supermarket jobs. This is not a free-range bird, but it is local from market raisin. And it's quite small. Normally you'd serve about 3 or 4 people with that, wouldn't you? So, the aim of boning a chicken is to take all the meat off from the carcass, so you have something that's very different from what you start with. Involves dissecting the flesh from the carcass from one end to the other. Now I normally start at the wing end, but beforehand I'm just going to trim various bits off. Why bone a chicken? Why go to all this trouble? Well, I think the best thing is that it makes serving so much easier. Some people get a bit frustrated when they've got visitors carving a bird at the table, but if it's boneless, carving is a doddle. Right, so I'm going to start at the wing end, and I'm going to remove the flesh from around the wishbone and the humerus. And now cutting into the joint at the shoulder and removing the bone into the stock pot. Fortunately, we've got 2 sides, so everything gets demonstrated twice. So, same again this side. Try not to damage the wishbone as I've done there, it just makes it a bit more difficult. Cut into the joint. So, ease of serving is the first thing, but it makes it very flexible. You can, well, skin distends to whatever you want to really with a bone chicken, and so you can stuff the bird with whatever you want to feed the number of people that are coming to dinner. Okay, so that's the first bit. Now I'm going to separate the breastbone, the breast meat from the bone by digital dissection. The great thing is with a bone chicken, if you happen to take a bit of meat off by accident, you can always pop it in at the end. Same again on the other side. Another big bonus of boning a chicken is that you can start making your stock before the meal. Scapulae here. A good pair of sharp scissors is very beneficial. Now if you're boning a very small bird, like a partridge, you can do the whole job from one end, but with a bigger bird like a chicken, I find it much easier to go halfway and then start from the other end. So now we've got to separate the flesh from the peritoneum basically, and it's not that obvious where to go. So what I do is I find the right tissue plane by pushing my fingers through until they come out at the other end there, and then that hopefully finds the plane that I want to carry on the dissection with. So I can work around with that. Same again on the other side. So come around, trying to keep that peritoneum intact. I do find the digital dissection quite difficult at this bit, but often the scissors are very helpful. Maybe it would have been fun to have been a television chef. I was brought up on Delia Smith. So now then, we've got down to the leg. And I want to disrupt the hip joint. And then cut the flesh off the femur. Now, if I wanted, I could remove all of the bone from the leg, but I quite like to leave the bottom half, just so it vaguely resembles a bird when you're finished. I wouldn't cut that, it would break my scissors. Same again on the other side. Okay, so we've separated the forelimbs from the carcass, so the final dissection should be very straightforward. Usually I go back to the wing end just to finish off. There we go. As it comes. Into the stock pot. Now then, might look a bit of a mess, but it's all turned inside out, so now we'll just reconstitute the bird. And there we are, one bone chicken. I'll now pass on to stuffing the bird. I had a bird in reserve just in case I completely fouled up on that. And here we are. And also some stuffing I prepared earlier. I think I probably need one more breast. So we'll just obtain a breast now. Now we have a bird with 3 breasts. The stuffing I've made with Mr. Sandy's pork sausage meat, breadcrumbs, onion, sage, bacon pieces, and that goes as well. See how it looks on the other side. Okay. You can see we've ended up with a bird that's quite a bit bigger than it was. So into the pan for roasting. I'll just wash my hands again. Okay, I've just washed my hands now. To get a really good colour on the skin, I'm going to baste it with half a teaspoon of honey, a quarter of a teaspoon of mustard, just a little bit of boiling water to mix them together. And that will work wonders. Now, I think the secret of cooking a bird is not to let it dry out, so put a little fluid in. It's very important that the thing's not swimming in fluid, so the bird's on a rack. But I'm going to put about half a glass of wine in there. And I always roast it covered. About an hour and a half at number 5. And that is one boned and stuffed chicken. Okay, let's see how it's gone. So, one roast beast. And a demonstration of the ease of carving. And I'd like to thank my good friend Dr. Arthur Norman, who made this video. Thank you.